Welcome to Edinburgh for round 2 of the CEV Beach Volleyball Continental Cup, hosted at the spectacular Portobello Beach. The Continental Cup is a fantastic innovation by the FIVB for athletes that want to make it to the biggest tournament of them all, the Olympic Games in Rio 2016. The qualification process is first divided into 5 continents, with over 44 nations competing in the European stage alone. The road is long, but the ultimate prize of Olympic qualification is life-changing and every beach volleyball player's dream. With that in mind, and Scotland playing an important role in hosting its first ever international beach volleyball tournament, it was a proud moment for everyone involved.
What we think it does for us is it really opens up the sports to the community here. Edinburgh Council and Edinburgh Leisure were absolutely fantastic, fully supporting both financially and in volunteers and help. So it's just a great opportunity for the family to come to a beautiful sunny beach, lovely September's day, and enjoy their volleyball.
Well, we've had about 2,000 people down. The stands have been full all day. I mean, the atmosphere is great, the setting's really nice. We've got cafes and local businesses open. It's just really good profile for the sport. It's also good for the players to be able to play in the home ground and get support from the local people, and also just to see how nice it can be here in Scotland.
What we're getting from people is that this is something new, it's vibrant, exciting. You see all the children playing on we've got courts set up for kids to play. What the legacy I see is that I have got Olympians now on this beach this weekend who are actually taking time out of their downtime to come back and coach junior kids. That's legacy for me, when you give something back to your sport. All the federations have been so supportive of the Scottish Volleyball Association, and as I will be giving out the gold medals, I'd like it to be Scotland, so yeah, I'd be really chuffed.
In Edinburgh, we focus our attention on the women's competition in Pool B. Scotland play host to England, Northern Ireland and Ireland, so the competition is sure to be fierce for those all-important top 2 places. The unique thing about this tournament is that each country is represented by 2 teams who play a best-of-3 game series to decide the winner. Before we get to the action though, let's meet the hosts, a country that can boast 2 Olympians from London 2012 in the shape of beach volleyball player Shauna Mullin and Lynn Beattie, the former GB indoor volleyball captain, now hitting the sand. This is Team Scotland.
Gillian Lyle, 42, 10 years playing beach volleyball. The reason I love beach volleyball is I get to play my favourite sport outdoors in the sand in the fabulous weather. The thing I'm most proud about is representing Scotland now in 3 different disciplines: beach volleyball, indoor volleyball and football.
Hi, I'm Lynn Beattie, I'm 28 years old and I've been playing beach volleyball for 6 months. The thing I love most about beach volleyball is the mental and physical challenge that it brings with just you and one other person on the court. My proudest moment in the sport would have to be captaining the GB women's volleyball team at London 2012. For me, being the captain of the Great Britain indoor team was a phenomenal experience. It really was a dream come true to walk out and lead the team out into Earl's Court full of 15,000 people, all cheering for GB. It was a moment to remember. The transition from indoor volleyball to beach volleyball has been difficult. I didn't appreciate how different it would be until I started playing. But I think the challenges that it's brought has been really exciting. I think the mental challenge in particular. There's just you and one other player, so you know, if you're not having a good day, you're very exposed, but it's a good challenge to try and get out of that. But either way, it's volleyball and I love playing the sport.
Hi, my name's Shauna Mullin, I'm 30 years old and I've been playing beach volleyball for 8 years. The thing I love most about beach volleyball is how you can be so competitive with one other person. You have a lot more control over how the game goes, and I just love being in the sand. The moment I'm most proud of in beach volleyball is definitely competing at the Olympics. Being able to play on a home soil really was something that most Olympians don't get to do.
My name's Annika Hastings, I'm 28 years old and I've been playing beach volleyball for 6 years. I love the responsibility in beach volleyball, that there's nowhere to hide and it's just you and your partner, and you need to have a really good strong relationship to be able to support each other but push each other really, really hard in difficult moments to get the win. I finished 2nd place in the Danish Beach Volleyball Championship last year, and to get up on that podium and get a medal for it when the time was right was great.
It was an amazing opportunity we had to be able to compete at the Olympics at home. Not very many Olympians get to do that, and I think being able to compete in front of our friends and family, that was amazing. But also to be able to bring a sport like beach volleyball that doesn't really get much bandwidth in the UK, to bring that to the centre stage at Horse Guards Parade and just to be able to showcase how amazing our sport is, that was phenomenal.
I feel like a lot of home support and a lot of new interest from people that are coming by. I've been really excited to see how many people are here watching. I think it's really, really important to just keep bringing attention to the sport, and I can't think of a more perfect way to get more attention to the sport here in Scotland rather than topping that podium and trying to get in those newspaper articles and trying to get on the news and show people that it's a really fun sport that's available to people if they want to try.
Over on court number 2, Scotland lead another tight encounter.
Day 1 of the competition saw Scotland defeat Northern Ireland 2-0 in the best-of-3 game series, while England booked their place in the final with a 2-0 win over the Irish. Into the final between the old rivals Scotland and England. The first match went the way of the hosts, Lynn Beattie and Gillian Lyle, beating the young England team of Yasmin Kashuk and Grace Lazard by 2-0 and a scoreline of 21-15, 21-14. So the pressure was on England to level the series and take the final to a golden match. It was Shauna Marlin and Annika Hastings up against the newly crowned English champions Vicky Palmer and Jess Grimson. We join the action in the second set with your commentator Clayton Lucan.
Grimson with the serve for England. They've done a really good job so far in this final. They took the first set to 18 and they're running away with it here, but they know it's a must-win match for them to force this final into the golden match. And a chance for Scotland not taken, unfortunately there for Annika Hastings. She just went after this one a little bit too early as it's played into the net by Shauna Mullin. If she'd have waited, she probably could have got that one. Scotland desperately looking for a side out here. England once again going at Hastings as they have done throughout most of this match. Good break from the net from Palmer. Chance here. Well, I guess he's got licence to go after it. Sense the opportunity to bring some heat cross-court. The line was begging to be rolled. So the unforced error gives Scotland a much-needed break. Shauna Mullin just having a little chat with Hastings. Shauna, very experienced beach volleyball player, having played at the 2012 London Olympics on Horse Guards Parade, a memory that she will never forget. Grimson looking for side out, having to go with the pokey, and a chance now then for Scotland. Mullin slightly off the net. Good dig from Palmer. And somehow it stays in play. A little bit of confusion on both sides, or a little bit of improvised skill. And in the end, it's an unforced error, but that rally was shaping up very nicely. As far as England are concerned, they're delighted. They've opened up their 10-point lead now. It was a nice dig from Palmer, and then it looked like it was going to be Scotland going to take the overpass. Opportunity back for England, but a little bit of confusion. But look at that, off the knees, a little bit of spike. Not something you're going to teach the kids to do. However, it paid dividends in the end. England taking the point.
16-14 to Scotland on court number 2.
So just 2 more points required then for England.
Make that 17-14.
Vicky Palmer's serve again. Hastings the target. Good read by Palmer. Chance to set up match point, and she's taken it. Lovely line roll. And England now just 1 point away from forcing this one into the golden match.
Court number 2, England leading by 1 set.
Excellent pickup. Palmer reading it brilliantly and then listening to the call for the line roll. Oh, it's trouble here for Scotland, and it's a straight put away from Grimson, and England have done it. They've beaten Scotland 2-0, and that means we are heading into the golden match to see who'll go to round 3 of the Continental Cup. And the question for Scotland's coach Mel Coates is, will she stick with the same team that have just lost, or will Lynn Beattie get to come and play? For England and coach Kirk Pittman, it seems like a pretty straightforward situation, doesn't it? Palmer and Grimson most likely to come out again and see if they can take England through to the 3rd round. One thing's for sure, it should be an absolute cracker.
A great result for the English pairing of Jess Grimson and Vicky Palmer. With the series now tied, we go to the all-important golden match. Action from that coming up after the break, right here on Sky Sports. Welcome back to Portobello Beach in Edinburgh for continued coverage from round 2 of the CEV Continental Cup on the road to Rio. In the women's event, the final is between Scotland and England, with the champions going directly into round 3 next year. It's one apiece in this 3-game series, so we're going to a golden match to decide the winner. National champions Vicky Palmer and Jess Grimson will represent England, while Scotland coach Mel Coates has made a big call for this one, putting Olympian Shauna Mullin and Lynn Beattie out on court for the decider. Dave Rogers is your courtside announcer to introduce the officials.
The first referee, John Erik Vollan from Norway. And second referee, Jamie Salvin from Scotland.
And Clayton Lucas is your commentator for the goal.
So, best of 3 sets then to decide who'll go through to the 3rd round of the Continental Cup. And it will be decided here on Portobello Beach in Scotland. And Scotland have gone with a different lineup for this final. Mel Coates deciding that she wanted to keep Shauna Mullin, but she also wanted to bring Lynn Beattie in as well. Even though Lynn Beattie's only got 6 months of beach volleyball experience, she is an Olympian and captain of Great Britain after all, and also a great athlete up against these 2 young guns from England who've been playing together all year. They're the English beach champions, and they've got off to a good start here, 2-0 already.
Huge block there from Palmer.
Vicky Palmer coming up with the block. What we will see throughout this match is Vicky and Jess Grimson changing their blocking between them, opting for 50-50, and that means it's difficult then for Scotland to try and go over on 2 because there's always somebody at the net, and even when it does come over like that, that's an awesome pickup from Jess Grimson. Has to give back a free ball though to Scotland. Beattie with a chance to put it down. Well taken by her. That one just about catches the line, does it? No, not according to the referee. Lynn thought it was in for a moment, but the ball has to catch the line in order for it to be in. Sand splash doesn't count, and that one just missing. Here's Norwegian referee John Erik Vollan to tell us a little bit more about close calls like that one.
The great thing about beach volleyball is that we play on sand. When the ball lands on the sand, it will leave a ball mark. This is a good indicator for the referees to actually see if the ball landed inside the court or outside. For instance, let's have a look. If the ball lands right there, you have a clear indicator that the ball is completely outside the court. Or if the ball touched the line, you would also be able to call the ball in.
Well, Scotland still yet to get a side out here, and there'll be a few nerves still. And they may even get even more nervous now. Chance for 4-0. However, too much on that one. And now a little celebration for Lynn and Shauna, and a bit of relief as well, as that one sails long. They have a chance to go and serve. Plenty of room down the line. Well left by Shauna Mullin. So Shauna sets herself. Partisan crowd will be hoping that Scotland can do the business, although they can ill afford serves like that even at the start of a match, because it just puts the pressure on. And giving cheap points away. England now 4-1. Vicky Palmer with her first serve. And understandably, Lynn Beattie will be the target in this game, being as how she has the less experience, but she is a great athlete, and that is a great block. Lynn Beattie studying strength and conditioning at Northumbria University.
Scotland, they're absolutely delighted with that one.
And that is a great leap from her, way up, way across the net, nowhere for Palmer to go. Beattie with the serve. Well, line was the call, but that's a really nice drop shot just in front of Shauna Mullin.
Takes us to the first 7-point changeover. England have flown out of the blocks.
Not a particularly difficult serve. And Palmer with options, cross-court and line, deciding to take the cross-court option.
Grimson to serve.
Well, the teams change ends on multiples of 7 points, and that's just so that they get to experience both good end and bad end, should there be one. When we talk about good and bad ends, that's in terms of where the sun's shining, where the wind may be blowing from. And it can certainly have an effect on how you have to play your volleyball at each particular end. If you've got the wind into your face, well, you have to set the ball into the wind. If you've got the wind in your back, you have to set the ball away from yourselves. in order for it to hold up and stay at the net. So it's more than just being able to dig, set and smash. You have to take in the conditions as well. And England making the most of them at the moment, although there's only the sun really to worry about here. There's very little breeze on centre court here at Portobello Beach. It's just about perfect for volleyball. The fans enjoying it, and England enjoying what they're doing at the moment as well. 6-3 up. And they've got Scotland very much on the back foot. That's a solid side out from Shauna Mullin. Scotland just beginning to find a groove now. But England will know they'll put very few serves on Shauna Mullin because she can come up with plays like that. And then Beattie's going to have to carry the load from side out. And Sticky Palmer is having to carry the load as well, but that's another great block from Beattie. 2 now she's got on Palmer. Palmer knows she can't just go and hit in her rhythm because Beattie's taking away that particular element. Beattie once again with the serve. Scotland now just a point behind. But a chance to level goes begging. Nice play from Palmer. When she hits smart, she's very difficult to stop. Grimson putting it in a great place for Palmer to have an option left or right. Grimson now with the serve. Good break from the net from Palmer. But again, another great block from Beattie. And it brings a chance up here now for Scotland. Oh, brilliant as well. Really well taken by Beattie. You wouldn't believe she's only been playing on the beach for 6 months, would you, with plays like that? Great power as well, away from the body to find the cross-court angle. Once again, Palmer just being caught out by this deep serve, not moving her feet quickly enough and opening up space to be able to play the ball. And England get away with that. Lynn Beattie with the 1-foot Yahoo and not really working on the beach. Okay for the indoors, and she was pretty good at running that particular play indoors. And that's what happens when you're still new to the game somehow, and sometimes the indoor elements just creep in. Lynn Beattie, in fact, had a very illustrious career playing professional volleyball. Actually played in Italy in the A2 division for Volley San Vito. Played in Germany as well for VT Hamburg. Then in Spain in the top division for the Playas della Cantares team, before ending up in Switzerland. And seeing her career off there for Frances Montagna. It's great to see her back now in the UK. Actually works with the Scottish Volleyball Federation. Shauna has no trouble at all putting that one away. Scotland definitely now have settled into this set. And the points going pretty evenly. Nice play from Palmer to get that one down onto the line. It's not quite as easy as it was. This time Beattie jumping into the cross court and Shauna not quite quick enough to get to the line. Grimson with the serve, and again Beattie the target, and a little bit of trouble here for Scotland. And England now just beginning to ease themselves away in this set. 3 points, that's a big margin. It means that Scotland have to serve twice just to get back on level terms after they've sided out. Grimson once again looking up Beattie, going after Beattie. Just a continuation block, chance then for Mullin. Oh, that's classic beach volleyball from Mullin. She knew instinctively as soon as Palmer had broken from the net, there's only one place to go, deep down the middle, and it scores nearly all of the time. Shauna Mullin, who played with Zara Dampney on the World Tour, was at the World Championships in Rome in 2011. They finished 17th. Played against Misty May Traynor and Kerry Walsh, who went on to take gold and become Olympic champions. Some great memories for Shauna Mullin, playing on the World Tour, obviously playing at the Olympic Games, not quite managing to make that play. It's good to see her back playing beach volleyball again. Palmer. Little change up from England, just making sure Shauna Mullin's paying attention. And there's a chance here Good dig from Palmer. Can she finish it off? Oh, that was unlucky. The angle just running away from her as the ball misses on the sidelines, and that spares Shauna Mullin's blushes. Excellent dig from Palmer. Just wasn't quite able to finish it off. Well, Lynn Beattie, despite being GB captain indoors, has another claim to fame, and some of you may recognise her away from sport if you follow your game shows. Lynn with the unforced error, but Lynn actually appeared in Deal or No Deal and made herself a tidy sum of money as well. Although that's furthest from mind at the moment as we hit the technical timeout. England 12-9 up, and they're very much in charge of this first set.
More epic golden match action coming up after the break right here on Sky Sports. Welcome back to the golden match at the Women's CEV Continental Cup between England's Palmer and Grimson versus Scottish Olympians Beattie and Mullin here on Portobello Beach in Edinburgh. England lead 12-9 in set one. Time to get back to your commentator, Clayton Lucas.
Well, it's always difficult when you're the team that's having to chase because errors can creep in. That's a little tight to the net. The pokey is picked up well here by England. And a good read from Shauna and a clever play from her. A little bit of volley from Shauna Mullin going straight back over. She saw straight away that England were in close to the net. Nobody able to cover deep. And it's an easy point. That one is something we see quite regularly on the World Tour. And it's a favourite of a particular top 10 player, Laura Ludwig, who plays for Germany. She loves to play that ball straight back over wherever she can. And incidentally, for those of you that follow your volleyball and know a little bit about what goes on in the world of beach volleyball, you may not know that Laura Ludwig, currently going out with Morph Bowes, former Great Britain international and former GB coach, now in charge of coaching in the Netherlands for the beach squads. But Morph began playing his volleyball in Scotland, played for Scotland, before going on to play for Great Britain. Still though, Scotland unable to make a dent in this lead that England have currently. Good chase. Oh, good play. That's unlucky. Well, when the ball hits the bottom of the net like that, it will stay in the air a bit longer. There's always a chance to make a play. If it hits the top of the net, it's going to roll straight down it. And it very nearly came back. That was unlucky from Vicky Palmer. A little bit of time being given to put the visor back on. Ref's pretty keen to get on with the action. Oh, ace, brilliant. You can't legislate for things like that. When the ball hits the top of the net, it can go anywhere. It can land down your own side, it can go out of play. And it's an agonising look from Jess Grimson as that one went down, but Scotland don't care. They're back to within 2 points now. Beattie with the serve again, Grimson the target. And it's an unforced error, and Scotland are right back in this one, just one behind now. And all they've had to do is put the ball in play. Grimson just cutting across that one instead of hitting through it to get it to go down the line. Beattie once again, she's going to come through to block. Well, it's perfect for Scotland. 3 points in a row. They're back on level terms. And the alarm bells will be ringing now for England. Fortunately for them, they've got a bit of an end change to just have a quick chat with coach Kirk Pittman. Mel Coots having a quick chat with her players as well. All part of the rules for the Continental Cup. The coaches can be involved during end changes and also during timeouts, but no other involvement allowed. On the World Tour, coaches aren't allowed to get involved at all. They just have to sit and watch. Oh dear, well, it's not really helped England at all, has it, the end change? Grimson with another error. Palmer will try and calm her down. I think Grimson just saying she needs a better ball. Well, she doesn't. She just needs to better the ball. And that should be the philosophy when you play your volleyball. If it's a bad pass, make up for it with a good set. If it's a bad set, make up for it with a good hit. Good dig from Palmer. It was a nice break off the net from her, but an equally good break off the net from Lynn Beattie. Oh, that's a lovely beach shot from Lynn Beattie. It's not natural for her to play the beach shot. She's more likely to go up and try and hit it hard. Palmer was still moving. England call the timeout. Scotland lead by 2. Well, it's a great passage of play here for Scotland. They've had this big run of points, and they've got the momentum, and they are looking good here to go on and possibly take this first set. Great break from Lynn Beattie. Decent pickup from her, but this was nice. Just a little roll shot down in front of Vicky Palmer, who was still moving. And Scotland now in charge, 2 points ahead. Beattie with the serve. Well, that's interesting. They've gone at Vicky Palmer, and that's proved costly, hasn't it? They've been going after Jess Grimson, and Jess Grimson has come up with a whole host of errors. And for some reason, Scotland have gone after Palmer. They have their side out. England now back to within a point. That could be costly. Grimson with the serve. As usual, Beattie the target. Oh, and it's a great block from Palmer. She has shut out Lynn Beattie, and just like that, England have levelled the match. Well, it's amazing what a difference a point can make, or what a difference a decision can make. And just like that, England from being 14-16 down are now level, and they could go in front here. Good pick up from Grimson. But it's another unforced error from here, and that shows just how shaky she is still at the moment. But even with a pretty straightforward chance to put the ball on the sand, she doesn't find the sideline. Overcutting that one. Scotland back in front. Mullin with the serve. Potentially eyeing up a jump serve here. Just the jump float. Well, back to winning ways, potentially, going after Grimson. And indeed it is. And just like that, Scotland have gone back to 2 in front. And it's all down to going after Jess Grimson, who right now mentally is a little bit unstable in terms of this game. Physically, she's great, but that's the thing about beach volleyball. It's not about how good you are physically, it's all about your mental toughness, how well you can deal with these situations, how quickly you can put behind a mistake and get on to the next point. And that's what separates the great players from the world-class players. Good pick up from Grimson. There's a chance here for Scotland, and it's taken. Shauna Mullin could see straight away. Vicky Palmer, having gone after that ball, was off court. There was loads of space available, and Scotland now just 2 points away from taking this first set. In fact, what looked like a good pickup from Grimson wasn't so good, was it? She was off balance and sent Vicky Palmer out of court, which meant Shauna Mullin had the chance to put it back in court before Palmer could get there. Grimson looking for side out. And she gets it. That'll be a confidence booster for her, wrapping that one off of Lynn Beattie's block and out of play.
England edging closer here now, 17-19.
But it's still Scotland's set to lose here, being in the position they're in. One side out gives them set point. Unfortunately though, Beattie can't find the line. England back to within a point.
After a great initial pass, 18-19 now.
Well, there was loads of line to work with. Unfortunately, Lynn Beattie just drifting a little bit to her left, and the ball drifted with it. Beattie again looking for that side out to bring up set point. And she finds it this time, Grimson breaking. But that's a really good shot from Lynn Beattie. This is how it was done. Nice play from Beattie this time. Ball inside the sideline. But now Scotland have to hold their nerve here, in particular Lynn Beattie, to see this one over the line and get that one set in the bag. Oh, that's a great side out from Grimson going cross court. And she just left Shauna Mullin stuck in the sand. What a time to come out with a shot like this. Grimson, who's been under pressure throughout this set, finds a belter cross court. But this is it now for Scotland. One side out and they take the set. But that's going to be a double touch against Lynn Beattie. You're not allowed to volley the ball from the serve. And unfortunately for her, she went back to indoor mode, although she'll claim that wasn't a double touch. The referee, though, having none of it. 20 all, so now it's the first team to get 2 clear will take this set. Still, though, it's Scotland with the advantage. Every time they side out, they'll have a set point chance. Great pick-up from Grimson. Got a chance now for Shauna Mullin to get the set point. But she can't find the sand, and it's put away by Vicky Palmer, and just like that, England have turned it around, and they have set point. Great hustle by England, and a great shot as well by Vicky Palmer to find the corner. Well, pressure's now on Scotland. Beattie looking for the side out. Oh dear, well, she's just lost her footing. And that's it, the set goes to England in dramatic style, really. Beattie will be disappointed with that. But sometimes it happens, you just go to try and get out of the sand and it gives you nothing. And she doesn't even get a hand on the ball. England take the first set, 22-20.
England made to work for that 1-set lead. The second set coming up after the break, right here on Sky Sports. Welcome back to Portobello Beach in Edinburgh, the venue for Scotland to host its first ever international beach volleyball event, the CEV Continental Cup. The women's final has gone down to the wire. England lead the hosts 1-0 in this golden match decider. We rejoin the action with Scotland, though, leading 8-5 in the second.
Scotland in a good place here now, 3 points ahead in this second set. And even though England have sided out, they won't be too bothered by that. It's all about Scotland's side-out game here and their ability just to keep England at bay. And if they can do that, they can potentially side their way out to this second set and force it into a decider. Still, however, a long way to go. But it is all about their ability just to stay in the moment and stay focused and keep England at arm's length. Vicky Palmer just telling Grimson she's going to be blocking line and to go after Lynn Beattie. It's a free ball here for England. They could get back to within a point. Grimson will have a swing. Well, just a little bit too much on the ball. Didn't get enough wrap on it. Trying too hard to put it out of the reach of Shauna Mullin, and she's put it out of the reach of the baseline. Beattie with the serve. Scotland employing an exclusive blocker-defender role, so Beattie doing all the blocking and Shauna Mullin doing all the defending from the sand. Great swing from Beattie. She's taking up the strength and conditioning master's degree she's doing. She's also working as a strength and conditioning coach at Middlesbrough University. And you can see that Lynn herself, from 2012, over the last couple of years, really has developed as an athlete. She's a lot stronger than she was when she played indoors. Nice pick up from Mullin. Oh, that could have been brilliant from Lynn Beattie. It certainly had England scrambling, and Vicky Palmer just saying, yeah, we got lucky there. England have the ball back, but it's Scotland still in charge of this set. If that had landed in, Vicky Palmer wouldn't have got it. Oh, great shot from Beattie. Even though she's square onto the net, still able to generate some power to hit away from her body. Well, Vicky Palmer complaining to the Norwegian referee, Jon-Erik Vollan, that the ball was out on the sideline. But the line judge said it was in, and the referee agreed. So Scotland have the ball. They have the point. And in fact, Vicky Palmer's got herself a yellow card for delaying proceedings for those continued protestations. Although she seems to think it's quite funny. I'd imagine Shauna Mullin will probably go after Vicky Palmer here, just to make sure she's paying attention, which she does. Oh, and England get away with that. Just a roll shot. Unfortunately for Lynn Beattie, she went high hands, but instead of keeping them together to play the ball, she's just opened her hands up, and it's a double touch. Oh dear, bad pass, but that could have been picked up. It hit the bottom of the net. Shauna Mullin gave up on that one very quickly. And England now back to within 2 points. Well, it's a real challenge for Lynn Beattie, this. She's carrying the load here in terms of having to pass just about everything and then having to go and hit as well. And that ball looks like it catches the line. It does catch the line. Shauna thought it was out. No arguments this time from Vicky Palmer. And at the technical timeout, England have got themselves back to within a point here. Palmer with the serve. And no changes at all in England's tactics. Oh, that's well played from Lynn Beattie. Little roll shot just over the top of the net. England breaking. It's all very well if you want to break from the net when you know there's no hard hit coming, but you still need to be in a position to play the ball. There's no point in still running and still moving. Vicky Palmer was in no position at all to play that ball unless it was hit right at her. Good lead from Jess Grimson. Well, it's interesting now, isn't it, as we're midway through this second set. Scotland's 4-point advantage now just down to 1. And the pressure back on them, but Lynn Beattie rising to the challenge. That was a really good play from her. Under pressure from the serve, was brought in close to the net and didn't even bother to get back out, just came up and smashed it away cross court. Marlin with the serve. Oh, it's a decent serve as well. Free ball here for Scotland. Oh, great swing. Well, what a roller coaster second set Scotland are having here. 4 points up, back to within a point. Now they're 3 points up. And it just shows, doesn't it, the quality of play that they've got, the level that they can go to, but equally how quickly England raise their level and get themselves back into this game, which must be a bit of a worry for Mel Coots, the Scotland coach. Good work. Grimson this time coming up with a little cut shot away from her body and away from the block. Beattie unable to bring it back into play. England now with the serve. The one advantage England do have, even though they are behind in this particular set, is the fact that they have played together all season on tour. They know each other's games inside out and they know how to deal with these situations. That's a lovely play from Vicky Palmer with a little roll shot over the top of the block to bring them back to within a point. And that's why there's been no panic at all from Vicky Palmer. Every time Grimson's made a mistake, there hasn't been any trouble at all. She's just let her get on with it. They've played their game. And they are still very much in this one. Oh, that's a wonderful block from Palmer to level the scores. Jumping into the cross court to take away the spike from Lynn Beattie. Kirk Pittman's delighted. Once again, England back in this match. Nice play from Palmer. She just took a step inside to her left to take away the cross-court angle. Been fantastic crowds here at Portobello Beach who've come along to watch this Continental Cup second round over the last couple of days. And it's all come about really due to the efforts of the likes of Colin and Shelley Patterson, who came up to Scotland and got beach volleyball up and running. And then with the persistence of the Scottish Volleyball Association, Mel Coots, Margaret Ann Fleming, Martin Johnston for making this event happen. And all the volunteers as well have gone into making sure it's been such a successful tournament. There's so much goes on behind the scenes to let the athletes come out and compete. And until you stop playing the game, you don't realise just how much work does go on. Nice swing. Scotland back on level terms. You get the feeling this one's going to go down to the wire, don't you? There's every possibility as well. This one could go to 3 sets. Beattie just sets herself. Deep breath from her. Decent serve. Good touch. Well, it wasn't a volley from Grimson. Palms close together. And there's another chance here for England. Palmer's going to have a swing. And she goes with the chip shot. Oh, it's a great pickup from Mullin, but it fell very kindly for Grimson, who was able to put that one straight back over. And England have their side out, but they really had to work for that one, didn't they? Scotland not giving that one up without a fight. And signs maybe that Scotland now are on to what England are doing here. Well, there's a chance now, though, for England to go 2 in front. Grimson, loads of line to work with, and she takes it. Lynn Beattie left flat-footed in defence. Mullin having to go into the net to try and block. And in the end, an easy put-away for Grimson. Line block signalled by Grimson. Palmer will sit cross-court, although she'll now go and sit in position to side out, having made that mistake. Cheap point for Scotland. And this is Scotland's strongest rotation. Lynn Beattie's already at the net, Mullin ready to serve and then available to play defence from the sand pretty quickly. Although she can't get across to that angle. That's really well played by England, who are just gradually creeping towards the finish line here, aren't they? 3 points required to get the job done and book their place in the third round of the Continental Cup. Scotland must side this one out, otherwise things are going to get really difficult for them. And they do. That's a great swing from Lynn Beattie. Lovely set from Shauna Mullin. And with nobody at the net to try and stop her, Lynn Beattie batters this one cross court. So one last chance perhaps for the coaches to say what they need to say to the players. And for Scotland, it's not a case of should do, could do, it's a case of must do. And they are trailing here, and they need to find points quickly. Little change up, they're going after Palmer. And it looks like she's missed on the sideline. Beattie thinks she's missed, but the lines judge and the referee in agreement, they believe it clipped the line. Well, this could turn out to be a crucial point here for England, and indeed it does clip the line. Good call by the lines judge and the referee. England 2 points away from victory. Scotland have to side this out. Palmer's serve, Beattie with the pass. And it's a massive block from Jess Grimson. It's her first block of the match, but what a time to get it. It sets up match point now for England. Awesome block from Grimson. She took away the line, denied Lynn Beattie. And is she going to deny Scotland here from a place in the third round? Beattie to keep Scotland in it. Oh, good dig from Palmer, and England are going to have a swing here for the match. And they've taken it. It's the line roll that does the job, and England have beaten Scotland by 2 sets to love. England are straight through to the third round. For Scotland, they're going to now have to try and beat Northern Ireland to book their place in the third round. England, though, are delighted. They've got the job done here in straight sets. A magnificent result for them. The English champions have gone on to book their place in the third round of the Continental Cup. Adam Phillips is with our winners.
Over the moon right now. It's a fantastic way to end our season. Really good couple of last tournaments for us, and it really showed today that we got the win, so yeah, really happy.
It would have been an obvious aim coming into this, but how does it feel to have actually managed to win that golden match?
It was good. It was really tough. Obviously, they changed players around, so it was a completely new game. They switched sides, so we had a lot to adjust to, which I think at the start we kind of struggled with. We battled through over 2 set points down in the first set and somehow managed to turn it around.
You mentioned how close the game was as well. It's so important to win those points in the business end of the set, and you girls managed to do that. Yeah, like I say, 2 set points down in the first, and we turned it around, and in the second I think it was maybe 14 all, and then we just went point, and that kind of gave us a bit of breathing space. And then we had to keep siding out. Even if we made an error, it didn't matter, straight back in, and we finished strong in that second set. Girls, once again, congratulations.
Thank you.
So that victory for England meant Scotland went into the losers bracket, the last chance saloon for a shot at the second qualification ticket to round 3 of the Continental Cup in 2015. Lynn Beattie and Gillian Lyle got Scotland off to the perfect start against their opponents Catherine Toy and Melissa Traynor of Northern Ireland, with a straight sets victory in front of some fantastic home support. In the second match, the hosts were determined to get the job done in style. Shauna Mullin and Annika Hastings were happy to oblige, once again winning in 2 sets, this time against the pairing of Rhiann McCarroll and Kate Donnelly, to complete an historic tournament and book a place for Scotland alongside England in the third round. Confirmation of the final result in the women's tournament here in Edinburgh. England and Scotland finish 1 and 2, keeping their dreams of representing Great Britain in the Copacabana Beach Stadium at the Rio Olympics very much alive. It doesn't stop there though, as we move from the women's event here in Edinburgh to the men's event. England men have already booked their place in round 3, and if Scotland want to join them, they'll need to overcome Slovakia, Northern Ireland and Ireland. That's up next time from the CEV Continental Cup, right here on Sky Sports. For more information on the sport of beach volleyball in Scotland, go to www.scottishvolleyball.org.